When the kettle's boiling in Britain, everything stops for tea. That's not really surprising, since we in the United Kingdom are the world's champion tea drinkers. Our lives are organised around tea breaks. And sometimes, a threat to stop tea breaks can bring factories to a standstill. Tea runs through our lives like a great river. For generations, it has been Britain's most popular drink. And 100 years ago, fast ships were built to race the tea to England from India, Ceylon and China. The Cutty Sark was one of the last of the tea clippers and a record breaker on the China run. Today, she's just a museum piece at Greenwich, but there's still tea aboard her at the right times. Through the early morning river mists, lighters are towed up the Thames from the lower docks with the tea which has been unloaded from the ocean-going freighters. Here at the biggest of London's tea wharves, an endless belt hoists the tea chest into the warehouse where they may be stored or delivered to the buyers. Wharfingers like these are paid according to the weight of the tea they deliver. In the warehouse, a hole is made in each chest and a sample is taken from it. This is later examined to make sure the tea is not damaged in any way. The average chest of tea weighs over 100 weight and fetches between 30 and 40 pounds. The price is fixed by the merchants and buyers. It's based on samples sent to them from the wharf about a week before the tea is sold by auction in London's Mincing Lane. The packet the housewife buys at the grocer's will probably be made up of about 25 different teas blended together. Each of these teas is tasted before the buyers decide what it's worth to them. Here, at one of the tea sale rooms, the samples are brewed in these cups with serrated rims and special tops so that the infused tea leaves can be kept back on the inverted lid for the taster to inspect. Not a drop to drink for the expert tea taster. Just a taste, then another. His job isn't everybody's cup of tea. Tea auctions are held nearly every day, and almost all of Britain's yearly tea import, about £500 million in weight, is sold to blenders all over the country. Every year in Britain, we drink more than 90,000 million cups of tea. And in factories like this, cups, saucers and spoons are turned out in hundreds of thousands. Plastic tableware has become more popular as its quality and colours have improved. Handles used to be made separately for plastic teacups. Now, many are moulded like these in one operation. The outsides and insides of these cups are made in two colours, which are moulded together under great heat. The makers claim that, given proper care, plastic tableware is almost indestructible. Tea has been drunk out of porcelain cups since the Chinese first drank it in the 6th century. This Staffordshire factory makes between 3,000 and 5,000 cups and saucers a day. Teapots haven't changed their basic shape very much since they were first introduced into Britain in Oliver Cromwell's time. And Charles II's wife, Catherine of Braganza, was the first English queen to drink tea, which in those days could cost up to £2 a quarter. Today, you can buy a machine which will do almost anything, including making a nice cup of tea in the morning, or any time you like, providing you set the alarm. There are machines for making tea on a grand scale too, which are being used in factories and offices. This one actually prepares the tea with tea leaves and fresh milk, and by pressing the right button, You can have it with or without sugar. A model made for Russia provides tea with lemon. The machine is made so it can be easily and quickly refilled with milk, sugar and tea. It normally supplies 600 cups of tea before it needs refilling. There's no worry about washing up. The cups are thrown away after use, so there's no worry about breakages either. Cups of tea in the office are now as indispensable as the boss's secretary. Even iced tea in some offices. Much of Britain's tea comes from Ceylon, like this girl in her tea-coloured sari, but most of it is grown in India and Pakistan. Some, of course, comes from China, whose ancient tea ceremonies include this one, in which a jasmine type of China tea is mixed with fried rice grains to give it a special flavour. Tea is often served before a Chinese or Japanese meal as a sort of aperitif. People in many countries prefer lemon with their tea, but most of us in Britain have been drinking tea with milk almost as long as we've been drinking tea. Or gulping it. These days, most people buy their tea in neat, gaily coloured packets. This firm alone packets more than 60,000 tonnes of tea a year at 10 different prices. The conveyor takes the various teas that will make up the finished blends to the mixing drums, from which an endless stream flows to the packeting machines. Chances of mistakes in the weight of the quarter-pound packets are slight. This machine is accurate to 1/2,000th of a pound. It fills and seals the packets at the rate of 80 to 100 a minute. It has been estimated that if all the tea drunk in the world in a year was put into quarter-pound packets and they were placed end to end, they would stretch almost to the moon and back. And if that sounds a useless bit of information, consider this. Many a fortune has been found among the tea leaves.